There's a secret that every self-made millionaire knows, but nobody talks about it. It's not about working 80-hour weeks. It's not about having a brilliant idea, and it's definitely not about getting lucky. I discovered this secret completely by accident when I was making $42,500 a year, spending $1,400 on rent, and barely scraping together $750 in monthly savings. Today, that accidental discovery generates more money in a single day than my entire annual salary used to be. But here's what's crazy. The secret was hiding in plain sight the entire time. I'm about to reverse engineer the exact blueprint that took me from financial anxiety to seven-figure success before turning 27. No business degree, no wealthy family, no startup capital. Just one psychological principle that changed everything. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what it is and how to use it yourself. But first, let me show you the evidence. Evidence piece number 1, the poverty trap revelation. Picture this: Chicago State University, mechanical engineering degree, watching my computer science friends land $90,000 to $120,000 starting salaries while I'm celebrating a $6,500 offer from KPMG. After taxes, that's $4,250 per month. I remember thinking, how will I ever make six figures monthly when I'm starting at $4,000? But here's where the first clue appeared. At KPMG, one of the big four consulting firms, I was surrounded by Harvard and Wharton graduates. These people understood something I didn't. They weren't just smarter, they thought differently about money entirely. Every conversation, every project, every late night taught me that wealth isn't about how much you earn. It's about how you think about problems. Evidence piece number 2, the pandemic plot twist. I had it all mapped out. Work 2 years, get promoted to senior analyst, apply to top MBA programs, land a $150,000 consulting job, and coast into comfortable middle-class life. Then, COVID hit. Promotion denied. MBA dreams crushed. Sitting in my childhood bedroom, devastated. My father said something that seemed insignificant at the time, but would later become the foundation of everything. Stop waiting for permission to succeed. I didn't understand what he meant then. I do now. That's when I stumbled onto YouTube and discovered Ali Abdaal, a 28-year-old doctor making over $1 million annually from content creation. Here was someone my age, with a traditional career, who had cracked some kind of code. I thought, if he can do it, what's stopping me? So I grabbed my iPhone 8, found natural lighting in my bedroom, and started creating financial education content with zero experience, zero followers, and zero expectations. My sister helped with editing because I knew nothing about social media. Every single day, regardless of how exhausted I was from my KPMG job, I posted content. No breaks, no excuses. Evidence piece number 3, the first crack in the matrix. 3 months of daily content creation, and then it happened. My first brand deal, $3,000. Now, to someone making six figures, $3,000 might not sound like much, but to someone earning $4,250 monthly, this was revolutionary. Not because of the amount, but because of what it represented. This was money I generated from my own value creation, completely independent of any employer. I had just discovered the secret, but I didn't realize it yet. Here's where the mystery deepens. Within 6 months, I hit 1 million followers. Let me put that in perspective. 1 million people choosing to listen to financial advice from a mechanical engineer with zero credentials. How does that happen? The answer reveals everything about the secret I mentioned. Most people think success is about having the best product or service. That's completely wrong. Success is about being first to solve a problem people didn't know they had. Evidence piece number 4, the money multiplication revelation. Once you have 1 million eyeballs, everything changes. Brands started paying $30,000 to $35,000 per deal. As a finance creator, I could charge even more, sometimes $2 to $3 per view. Do the math. With consistent posting, I was earning $120,000 to $180,000 monthly. That's more per month than my old job paid per year. But here's what most people miss. Personal brands are temporary. You might have 5 to 6 good years before someone younger, smarter, or more charismatic replaces you. The real secret isn't building a personal brand. It's using that brand to build something bigger. Evidence piece number 5, the business breakthrough. I started asking myself harder questions. What problem am I actually solving? Sure, I was creating entertaining financial content, but was I changing lives? Most people consume hundreds of hours of educational content and never implement anything. There's a massive gap between knowledge consumption and life transformation. That's when I identified the real problem. America has 330,000 financial advisors for 330 million people. That's one advisor per 1,000 people. Imagine if there was one doctor per 1,000 people. Healthcare would be a luxury only the wealthy could afford. That's exactly what's happening with financial advice. So, I created the Wealth Club. Not just another educational platform, but a system that teaches people to become their own financial advisors. We broke down complex wealth management strategies used by the ultra-rich and made them accessible to everyone. The goal wasn't to create the next Warren Buffett, but to get people 70 to 80% of the way there. That's enough to transform lives. Evidence piece number 6. The validation breakthrough. Within 1 year, Naval Ravikant, legendary angel investor and entrepreneur, invested $6 million in our startup. One meeting at his home, and he wrote the check. Today, we have 100,000 members generating millions in monthly revenue. But that wasn't the end game. To truly solve the financial literacy crisis, we needed regulatory approval. Getting SEC registration as an influencer-founded company was nearly impossible. The SEC didn't understand our model and were rightfully concerned about influencers' market impact. After extensive compliance work, we became an SEC-registered investment advisor, managing over $800 million in client assets. But even that wasn't enough. To scale our impact, we're now building an AI-powered fintech app with 150 team members. Not another DIY platform, but intelligent, personalized financial guidance. Now here's the big revelation, the secret that connects all these evidence pieces. Every self-made millionaire I've studied follows the same 3-step pattern, whether they realize it or not. This isn't theory. This is the exact blueprint I accidentally discovered and systematically executed. Step 1. Master one problem-solving skill that businesses desperately need. In today's AI revolution, companies are scrambling to optimize operations, but there are very few true experts. Pick one specific business problem you can solve using AI. Become obsessively good at it, and you automatically become valuable. Not generally useful, specifically indispensable. Step 2. Build an audience around your expertise. Notice I didn't say become famous or go viral. You need just 10,000 engaged followers. If only 20 to 30 of them become clients, paying $3,000 each, you're earning hundreds of thousands monthly. This is completely achievable in today's attention economy. Step 3. Scale beyond yourself. Hire people who can deliver your solution without you. Then productize the entire system. This transforms you from service provider to business owner. This is how you build generational wealth, not just personal income. Here's what most people get wrong. They think you need a master plan from day one. That's impossible. I had no idea this would lead to managing $800 million or building a 150-person team. You figure it out by taking the first step, then the next step reveals itself. Most people never take that first step because they're paralyzed by uncertainty. The secret isn't having perfect clarity. It's having the courage to start before you feel ready. Every successful entrepreneur I know started with incomplete information and figured it out along the way. The only difference between them and everyone else is they actually started. So here's my challenge for you. Pick one business problem you could solve with AI. Start creating content about it. Don't wait for perfect conditions, perfect equipment, or perfect knowledge. Start with your phone. Start in your bedroom. Start with 0 followers. The opportunity has never been greater, and the barrier to entry has never been lower. If this resonated with you, I want to know, what business problem could you solve in 2025? Drop your answer in the comments below, and let's see who's ready to take that first step. And if you found this valuable, sharing it with someone who needs to hear this message could be the catalyst that changes their entire trajectory. Here at Money Marker Finance, we believe everyone deserves financial freedom, but it starts with changing how you think about creating value. I'll see you in the next one.